The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Some. Hit the keys. First and foremost, I just want to wish each and every last one of you guys a happy new year. I hope you guys brought in the new year doing something that you love, whether it was making some music, eating some good food, spending time with family, maybe friends, getting it in, whatever it is that you love to do. I hope you got to spend that time doing that. Hope everybody stayed safe. Secondly, I want to thank each and every last one of you guys for helping me hit 30,000 subscribers on the channel. Obviously, each and every last one of you guys know that this couldn't be done without you guys, so I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who's watched any piece of content, passed on the content to your friends, just anything to support the channel. With that, I do want to say that I have a giveaway for you guys. I'm giving away about $2,000 worth of prizes. So I want to send a shout out to the sponsors of the video. That would be Image Line, UVI, and Cable Guys. As many of you guys know, I started off the year in Phoenix, Arizona, as a caregiver. It wasn't necessarily the greatest of situations when all was said and done. I might have started drinking again and drinking a little more than I might have should have. And so ultimately I had to go to Denver for a little bit so that I could transition back to Atlanta because it was just too hard to go right back from Phoenix to Atlanta. If you've ever moved from across the country, you know that it is quite a fee in order to move. But we did that. It was still a great year though. Got to go to LA to NAMM. Kicking with my guy Weaver Beats and all the other content creators out there. So that was definitely a good time. Got to come back to Atlanta, spend some time with some family. Definitely appreciate that. Got to go to Omaha and see some people and some family members and friends that I haven't seen in 5 or 6 years. And kind of get some gear that I had in an old storage garage, get rid of some old stuff that I had from my old house there. Was definitely a good visit. Definitely got some new partnerships with some new brands. Had a whole bunch of new additions to my studio. Got some new synthesizers, new microphones, preamps, all that good stuff. There's going to be a lot of content coming out on that. And speaking of content, definitely put out a lot of content this year. A lot of live streams. We did live streams where we did collaborations, we did cookups on all kinds of synthesizers and boards, did a lot of listening to streams and critiquing music and watching a lot of you guys' growth as musicians is one of my favorite things on this channel. So seeing how far some of you guys have come over the last 6 months, year, 2 years, a lot of you guys are just making some absolutely amazing music. And for me, that is one thing on this channel that I just love to see because you guys know that basically I'm just here as a tool for you guys to use, whether it's give you some pointers, whether it's to hip you guys to some new plugins, some new gear, maybe break you guys off with some free plugins to help you create music and get your sound a little bit better. Just do all that stuff. So ultimately, this has been, ultimately a good year. Made some mistakes in 2023, but 2024 is here now, and it's time to, you know what I'm saying, keep the momentum going. So in this giveaway, there's going to be 3 winners of this giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 3 different prizes to each one of the winners. So the first winner is going to win a copy of FL Studio Producers Edition. If you have FL Studio Producer Edition, then you'll get a free upgrade up to the next bundle, to the Signature Bundle. And if you have the Signature Bundle, then you'll get an upgrade to the All Plugins Bundle. So what comes in these editions of FL Studio? So as we see here, typically the Producer Edition costs $299. It is on sale currently. The Signature Edition costs $299 and the All Plugins Edition costs $499. So in the producer's edition, you are going to get a whole bunch of instruments. So you're going to get a bunch of effects too here as well. So you're going to get a ton of different effects. As you see all these effects over here, they all come in the producer's edition. You won't get gross beat, hardcore, lux verb, pitch shifter, pitcher, transient processor, vintage chord, vintage phaser, and a few extra, some of the sounds or some of the instruments. So you're not going to get harmless, harmer, morphine, O-gun, plucked, Sakura, sour, and SimSynth live. But you will get producer's edition, and that is more than enough to get you going. If you have producer's edition, then you'll get the update to the signature edition. And in that one, you're going to get some, new added on plugins. So you're going to get things like hardcore. You're going to get gross beat. If you didn't have that, I know you want that. You're going to get a pitcher, which is basically their auto tune. You're going to get vintage chords. You're going to get vintage phaser. And then you're going to get some extra sounds. So you'll get direct wave full. And then you'll also get harmless. And you will also get something else. I'm missing it right now. And then with the all plugins bundle, obviously you're going to get all of the plugins. So that's a nice little haul right there. And then I want to send a shout out to UVI because UVI is allowing me to give away 3 copies of Falcon 3. If you don't know what Falcon 3 is fire. I named that my #1 VST instrument of 2023. It is a synthesizer and it is one of my favorite tools to use. The way I look at my favorite virtual instruments is I look at them 3 different ways. I look at it as what's the easiest one for me to use, and that would be Omnisphere because it has a ton of presets. You can do so much with it. Honestly, that's my favorite plugin. And then I look at which one is the best emulation of other plugins, and that would be Arturia V Collection because it basically emulates a whole bunch of different synths, like 38 different synths. But then when it comes to doing actual sound design, I go with Falcon because Falcon is the most in-depth synthesizer plugin out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Falcon here. So I've done a full review over Falcon 3. You guys can check that on the video. Hopefully I can remember to link that here. This is a $350 synthesizer. With this, you get 20 different oscillator types, 100 different effects, modulators, MIDI processing, scripting, advanced sample engines with time stretching, pitch shifting, slicing, granular processing. It's got deep synthesis capabilities, including subtractive, PM, FM, wavetables, additive, physical modeling, format, and more. Just super solid. As you see here, they changed the GUI in this one. So you can access a lot of the controls here on the front. But as you look, you can just get really in depth with this thing. So you get a bunch of different effects with this. So a lot of the effects that you get with this are actually UVI effects that come in the Falcon. So they're third-party effects. So they're better than most effects that you're gonna get in like a synthesizer or something like that. But this thing comes with some new stuff. So it's gonna come with these new effects in it. So it's got this harmonic resonator. It's got this spectrum analyzer. It's got this compressor right here, which is pretty solid. It's got dual delay. It just comes with a lot. You get a lot of different modulation controls, so you can add movement and dynamics to any part of your sound. One thing that I really love about this plugin is that you can layer, I believe, up to 8 different sounds. And then it's got like a bunch of different kinds of arpeggiators. So it's got like 6 to 8 different arpeggiators, and you can do cool stuff where each layer you can add the script on. So you can add different arpeggiators to each layer, and you can make this crazy evolving sound, and you can do all this wild stuff with it. To me, I think that Falcon 3 is really one of the most underrated plugins out there. Because if you know about Falcon 3, you know about Falcon 3, but if you don't know about it, then you don't realize how dope it is. So this is definitely solid, a solid plugin. Probably one of the best things I've ever given away on this channel, and we're giving away 3 of them. The last thing that I'm going to be giving away, kind of in this bundle for the 3 winners, is going to be ShaperBox 3 by Cable Guys. If you don't know what ShaperBox 3 is, it is one of the most fire multi-effect plugins out there. So when you look at ShaperBox 3, basically it's gonna come with all of these different effects. So you're gonna get time, which is halftime, but it's like halftime on steroids because you can go in there and change like the LFO, the modulation, you can draw it how you want to. And you can do this with all these different effects. So you have like drive, which is gonna be distortion, which is one of the top 4 distortion plugins that I picked that I think that exist. This is one of them because of everything that you can do with it. Like with all of these different effects, you can change up the band and you can change the modulation on each band. So you can draw in different shapes and different kind of designs on each band, and it's gonna make the distortion or the halftime or the volume. It's got this noise shaper, which has all kinds of different noise from vinyl cracklings to birds to scraping to wood, just all kinds of different stuff. You got filter, you got a compressor, you got an osteoporosis. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. You got this liquid effect, which was new to ShaperBox 3, which is solid as well. You got bit crusher, you got volume, pan, you got width, and then reverb is the newest shaper in the module. I actually did a full review on reverb shaper as well. Super solid. The things that you can do with this and all of the different reverb types that they have in this is solid. Honestly, one of the best reverb modules or plugins. You know, it's not necessarily a plugin by itself, but it's a module. But it would be one of the best reverb plugins out there because of everything that you can do. The way that you can draw the LFO and modulate the reverb is super nice. How you can fix the tail, how you can make the reverb come in on a sound. So the reverb won't start on the sound, but you can make it come in like halfway through a sound and then have it cut off whenever you want. You can just do some wild stuff with this. And the same with this, you can put the reverb on different bands and draw different modulations on there. Just super solid, very good plugin. And then it's good. They have a bunch of different presets. And with these presets, again, I've done a bunch of videos on ShaperBox, but you can use these for buildups. You can use it for breaks. You can use it for so much stuff. You can chop up your beats. You can have like scratching in there. You can do so much with this. And as you see here, this is just the way that you would draw the LFO. And right here, you can see these are the bands. So you can make the bands go as far into low, mid, or high as you want. Just very solid stuff. I'll try to leave one of the reviews for this up there as well for you to see too. Hopefully I remember to do that. But just very solid plugins, just short of $2,000. I guess the price altogether would be $1,950. So ignore the title. I know it's clickbaity because it's a little bit off, but you know, it's close enough. So how can you guys enter the contest? Well, all you have to do is enter the link below. It is a Gleam sweepstake or giveaway. The reason why I went with Gleam is because it's always easier. I've noticed that sometimes in the past, if I just have people say in the comments that I want to sign up for this giveaway, they don't always respond when I hit them up and tell them that they won. So I just want to make sure I get the email of the winner so I can email you your prizes. I don't send out email chains. I don't collect any of the other emails when I'm done. I just email you your prizes. But it is honestly the easiest way to do the giveaway. So there'll be a few different ways that you can enter and get entries. You can get an entry by following me on Instagram. You can get an entry by following me on, obviously you're already following me on YouTube, but follow me on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And then I'm gonna make an additional post on Instagram. And if you tag a friend in that post or tag 2 friends in that post and they subscribe to the Instagram page, that'll get you another entry as well. So I can't stress enough. I want to thank the sponsors of the video or the partners of the video, and that's Image Line, UVI, and Cable Guys, because without you guys, I could not do this. But most importantly, I want to thank each and every last one of you guys who watch the content, that subscribe, that rock with your boy, that rock with the channel, because obviously, without you guys, there'd be no giveaway, there would be no channel, there would be none of this stuff. So once again, thank you guys. Hope you guys go into the new year with some fire goals. We'll make another video talking about 2024 and what producers should do. But right now, I can't thank you guys enough. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the keys.